Hello, people. Welcome back to Darcy Nails. I know it's been a very long time, guys, but it's just I guess laziness really, and clientele is a bit slow, so there's not much to show. So yeah, but today I'll be showing you guys a quick little beginner friendly nail application and a bit of techniques and tricks as well on how I created this beautiful set. If my voice is a little bit husky or anything, it's because it's very late and I want to do this voice note because this is the only time I can do it since it's quiet. So yeah, I just cleaned the cuticles. I'm gonna show you basically on two hands because I couldn't put the nail art in this video. Well, I did film it. It's just that my face was getting into the way and the setup is still not there yet. It's very it's quite like an amateur setup, so some footage was just not in the screen. So yeah, so I decided to take time and just show you guys how I prepared a nail for acrylic and just show a bit more in depth really. So yeah, I did clean the cuticle with the cuticle bit, and then after doing that I just went with my sanding band and just basically take off the shine. There's nothing to it, just take off the shine. I'm not over filing or anything, it's just a quick little, you know, just like how you see it. So I'm just gonna let you guys watch that and see how I do it. Things are a bit fast forward because we'll be here for ages if we was to watch it in normal time. So I fast forward it. At least it's clear for you guys to see, but it's pretty much just fast forward. So I'll let you guys just watch that before I then pop back in and see what I have to say. So now I'm just gonna be going in with my cuticle nippers, and that's just to take off any hangnails that I see, pretty much that, and also any excess cuticles, because the cuticle bit is really good and that's taking off majority of it along with the sanding band. There's not much to be taken off, but this little extra step, it does help, especially when you want your acrylic to lay flat, and especially if you wanted your acrylic to look like it actually grew out of the nail bed. So that's basically it. Now I'm just going with my nail tips. These are the extra long ballerina nail tips, and I've got these from AliExpress ages ago. They are very strong, they're not flimsy whatsoever. For some reason, like my AliExpress account just disappeared, so I really don't know what happened to that one. So I wish I could have at least popped the link in the description box for these exact nail tips, but I can't because I can't find the account. I don't know what happened to the account, it's just disappeared in thin air. So yeah, just make sure tips fit the tips fit sidewall to sidewall. Make sure basically sidewall to sidewall is not a way of saying it. If you have to go a bigger size, you might as well go the bigger size and file off the edges or clip off the edges for it to fit, but never put a small nail tip on the nails because that's gonna just pop off. So you're just better off going for a bigger size. But these nail tips are quite good. I think these nail tips can't go up to like a size 11, so it does cater for like people with very very small nails as well. So I did see this trick surfacing and going viral on TikTok and YouTube and all that stuff, but I first saw this on YouTube from a nail tech. I think her name is D Slay or something. Initially I knew about it from her, and then a few days later it was viral on Instagram and TikTok. So even though I did use this method of measuring the nail tips, I still will go in and just double check and make sure they fit. You can see the thumb one was a bit longer than the other, So what I did, I had to go back in and kind of like clip it a little bit. So even though you use hacks, just go still do what you normally do and take that extra mile just to double check things, because at the end of the day your client will see it and it's better off you seeing it before them. So I'm just filing, shaping, because my application is quite nice and smooth. So I spend time pre-shaping the nail tips a bit, because once I put the acrylic on, I have no problem in shaping after. Like after putting the acrylic, it would even take me up to 10 minutes just to shape the nails again, because I've already shaped them and my application is very smooth. But I will spend more time on shaping, like pre-shaping the nail tips, if that makes sense. So I always switch the client's hand towards myself just to make sure the shape is exactly how it needs to be. So I always maneuver their hands. You should do, like, you can do that as well, just to make sure that it's the shape that they want and it's not like wonky or anything. So to dehydrate the nails, I mostly go in with acetone first on the nail bed, and then afterwards I go with my dehydrator, my primer, non-acid primer, and then I further use my acid primer as well for the extra adhesion. You guys can try it. It does work for me and I like it, but you can also try it too. So that's basically it. Now we're just gonna work our way into the application, but pop back when that's when I'm ready to talk about that. I'll pop back. Now to create our color. So this color was created with this other hack as well, but I'll give you a little backstory first before I really go into it. Normally I don't do next day booking because I've got so much responsibility. I just don't have it to do next day booking. So this client wanted like a soft pink or soft blue, and I didn't have the acrylic at the time, and ordering it would take some time, and she wanted a particular, like a sheer soft pink or blue, and I don't know acrylic, like I don't know where to find that type of color in acrylic, to be honest. So I saw this hack as well, also on YouTube, where they mix the gel polish in the monomer and then they dip it into the acrylic. But I'm gonna go in on that in a minute. But what I'm doing now, just to go back, I'm just adding a thin layer of clear acrylic on their nails. Reason being, I've never used this method. I don't know how strong it is or how long it will last compared to just using strictly acrylic. So the best thing I can do is just protect their nails, make sure I put a thin layer just in case of anything first. Okay, now back to the story. So yeah, I saw these on surfacing YouTube, like acrylics and all these people was doing it. So they added gel polish into the monomer. So I mixed 2 gel polishes from Ameli. I'll put the link in the description box along with the color I used. So I used those 2 colors in the monomer, mixed it, and once I was satisfied with that color, I then dip my brush in the monomer and dip it into the clear acrylic, and that's how it's formed such glossy but still pink color. So that was really fun to do. You guys can try it and you guys can let me know in the comments how it goes. But you can do this with any color. It'll give you that glossy sheer look as well. So I'm just doing that at the moment, and just, yeah, as I was saying, so I just basically, I can't remember where I left off from, but basically I just popped the acrylic on. I never explained the method, but I just popped the acrylic on. In my room the temperature is a bit cold because I had the windows open, and when your temperature is cold it does make the acrylic more on a runnier side and it takes much longer to set. So that was that. And also using your powder to ratio bead, it how can I say, it's a bit different. I think because it's gel, it does have an effect on your powder to ratio. So just bear that in mind as well. So what I'm doing is add a separate monomer aside, and what I did is just went in with just strictly clear acrylic and just to cap what I've already created. I don't know if this is necessary, but it's just something I think I needed to do just to make sure the nail lasts longer, because this is a new hack and it's something that I've seen and I've also explained to my client it's a new hack. I'm making sure I'm going the extra mile just to secure it and just to make sure it lasts a long time. So I didn't have to do it, but I just feel like I needed to just in case. So that's what I did. I just cap it with clear for the extra security, since clear is the strongest acrylic amongst them all. So I'm gonna let you guys do that. So I'm gonna let you guys watch that, but also you can see when I'm applying the acrylic, I I make sure my sides are not bulky. I do tap on my sides a lot, like the side of the nails a lot, just to make sure it's in line and it doesn't widen the nail anymore. Because back then when I was doing acrylics, what I used to find is that when I applied acrylics, my client's nail would look a bit wide, but I guess I was doing it wrong, because mostly you needed to just make sure that you pat the sides so they don't widen. But all that comes with practice, and it comes with experience as well. But just bear in mind, when you do acrylic, wipe those sides, pat those sides. So when it's time for filing, it's not hard and it doesn't take any longer than it needs to be. Yes, I just popped back just to show you guys this actually. I went back and added a tiny bit of acrylic on the middle finger and index finger, only because I don't want to file, and then there's a small gap between her cuticle area and the nail plate, because that would just annoy me. So I just felt like I needed to add more acrylic, more closer to the cuticle, because as time go by, her growth will look a bit much for like a week or two. The closer you apply the acrylic to the cuticle, the longer it will take for it to grow out or give the appearance of a grown out nail. So 2 weeks. At 2 weeks with this technique, it wouldn't look that much grown out. It probably looked like she had it for a few days or 1 week or maximum 1 week. So just remember, the closer you apply those acrylic to the cuticle and you seal them very, very good towards the end, is the longer they will last, and the growth of 2 weeks would not even look like it's been up to 1 week. So just a little pointer for you guys. So now I'm just filing. Sorry, I didn't even record the other few fingers, and I remembered about it when I got to the thumb. But that's fine. I'm gonna show you on this other hand, the best I can. So like I said, because I applied acrylic so well, and I've made sure that the acrylic stayed on the nail. It didn't slide to the left. It didn't slide to the right. There was not much to file. Like after 2 3 strokes with the file, it is literally done. There wasn't much to file, and that's the point I was trying to make. So I'm going to show you the best I can of how I file the nails, but I do turn my client's hand upside down a lot because I need to see from their point of view if the nails look like the shape they want as well, and if it looks straight. So my apology is if everything is not in this clip, but with due time, hopefully I can get a better setup so you guys can see every little thing that I do. But just keep watching. Most times I file underneath, I file the sides, because it's a ballerina. So I'm trying to make it as thin at the front, but not too thin, because the side of the nails needs to not a lot of product needs to be there, but product needs to be there so it doesn't break. At the end of the day, if a client wants skinny nails and the side wall is not skinny, there's no point in trying to make it skinny, because what's gonna happen is gonna break. So you just tell the clients, because your hand or your fingers is much a bit wider, this is the best I can get it, just to make sure that there's strength in the nails and it doesn't break. Because a big finger person can't get skinny nail. It doesn't make sense unless the hand is skinny. So just be honest with your client. If you don't want any skin in that, it's going to look funny. So you just tell them this is the best that they can do, or this is the best that you can do, given the width of their finger, if that makes sense. So I'm just going with my e-file. Because my application is smooth, there's nothing much to kind of like file off. Like you can see that the application is smooth, you can't see any bumps or lumps, and I haven't even filed the nails. And that comes with time and experience, but I just quickly file it, make sure what I focus when I'm doing the filing is just make sure that the cuticle is sealed, and then the rest is more like, okay, just quickly just buff over it and done, because my application is quite smooth. And then once that's done, I'll go in with my hand file and just quickly hand file it again, just to make sure it's nice and smooth again. And then I also use my buffer to take off any ridges, because we'll be doing some nail art as well. So I'll leave you guys to see this, and I'll be back soon. So now that I've finished buffing the nails and everything, this is the time I'll tell my client to go and wash their hands and everything. I don't give them a scrubber anymore because we've passed that stage. Our application is neat. So this is the finished look, and I hope you guys like it. I'm so sad I couldn't involve the nail art, but one day I would definitely do like a nice nail art video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.